It's definitely probably not void of its own ethical challenges.
Mhm.
Specifically within being in a nonprofit, what are some of the specific ethical dilemmas that maybe you would say you've encountered in your own role? Because you did say that despite you are maybe relying on grant funding, would you say you're still remaining as unbiased and as influenced as you would like, or maybe what are
Mm.
some methods your organization has been using to kind of like make sure that you guys remain unbiased? Like, is that a goal in your work?
Definitely. Like, first of all, yes, there are still ethical questions that arise in a nonprofit. Um, I'd say for me, it's been like three things. Maybe it's like the first one is like where is that money fund coming from? Like, is that money originally of itself like ethical? The second is, are we using that money most effectively? What is like, what are the overhead expenses? Like, does that mean that we're not providing socially optimal levels of, benefit that the philanthropy money should be going towards, limited as it is already? And the third is a bit more of like, we say we're open to working with all stakeholders, but like, do we have to adapt their stakeholders' like worldviews as well? And their worldviews are flawed in some instances, like companies may not be that ethical, but if we want to work with them and others to like figure out a solution, do we also have to like accept their like practices as imperfect as they are? Yeah, and the last one ties a little bit more into a larger question of how are we making sure that energy transition is ethical and just and not perpetuating some, I guess, like social inequalities or racial or socioeconomic inequalities that exist. So I guess I'll talk about them in order.